Willie, what does that say where you guys, only made 8 threes and you're still able to beat a really good team like that?
Yeah, we're super grateful and really just thanking God for this victory and this opportunity to coach this team. That was a gutsy win on our home floor. And like you said, it was a good defensive performance by us. We played with force from start to finish. Even when we couldn't hit shots, we still continued to make winning plays.
You guys went to that zone, I think, in the second quarter. Just what was your kind of take on how that helped you guys tonight?
It's helping us big time. It allows us to not be in as many rotations. They can't seek out matchups, and it's kind of throwing teams off their rhythm.
Z got to the free throw line 16 times tonight. What did you think about him just, attacking over and over again?
Z's been amazing. Night in and night out, he is putting the team on his shoulders, and he's carrying us. And he's guarding, he's rebounding, he's making simple plays to his teammates. The guys are rallying around him. Collectively, it was a big-time effort on all of our guys that stepped on the floor. They came out, and the game plan discipline was at a high level.
Yeah, a big part of that OKC loss a couple of nights ago was just not making enough plays in the final few minutes. What did you like about just the way you guys executed on both ends to finish this game?
It was better. It was better tonight than it was OKC, And that's the goal for us, is to continue to recognize this is an area of improvement. We try to be honest with each other, watch it on tape, get on the floor and continue to work at it. And tonight was great carryover.
And Zion said after that game, I got to demand the ball more a little bit in those situations. Just what did you think about just the way he played late in this game, and how important is it just for him to get more reps in those situations where he's the guy closing games out?
It's extremely important, and these are playoff-like games for us and other teams. And he had one of those moments again tonight where he needed to get the ball in his hands. He went and got it. I think he drove and went to the free throw line. So that was growth on his part, growth on our part as a group. And I also want to highlight JV. JV was awesome tonight. He is, sometimes we're putting him in a tough spot because we're going small, not his usual minutes, but he stays positive. He's a professional. His teammates all love him, and he's truly a blessing to coach.
Yeah, speaking of areas of growth, in a physical game that went back and forth for Trey to grab 11 rebounds, how big was that tonight?
Huge step in the right direction for Trey. Another night where he didn't necessarily have it going offensively, but he continued to focus on all of the winning concepts and components that don't involve scoring. And he hit 2 big shots for us down the stretch, and it was because he was doing all of the other things.
And Willie, you partially already answered this question, but 26 points total, and I think it was 17 rebounds for your centers tonight. Talk a little bit about how they really came out and shined, especially against 2 7-footers on the other end.
They were great. Both JV and Larry, they were awesome tonight. And we knew with this team, you have to go attack them. You can't sit back. You can't allow them to get downhill on you, post you up. You got to go attack them from the start. And we're all proud of our guys because they took the game plan and they executed it tonight.
Can you talk about the job your team, especially Herb, did on Damian? He really didn't seem comfortable out there. Didn't really get any kind of groove tonight.
Herb was great. Naji did a good job on him. All the guys kind of switched out on him. But Herb is leading that charge, and he takes on the challenge once again, night in and night out. And he makes it tough on guys. I wouldn't want to have to try to score on Herb, that's for sure.
You guys were plus 15 in the possession battle tonight. Just how big is it when you have that big of an advantage, and especially when you're not shooting well? How much does that help out?
It's a tremendous help. When you're missing that many shots, like we did tonight, you got to go get some offensive rebounds. And we've been talking about it as a team. We didn't do a good job of it in Oklahoma, and that was one of the areas that they struggled in, is to rebound. But tonight, once again, we talked about it, we watched it, we challenged each other to be better, and we went out and got 11 offensive rebounds for 17 second-chance points. That's huge for us on a night that we're struggling to shoot the ball.
And the other, part of that is only 6 turnovers. Just what did you think of the execution and just taking care of the ball?
Same thing. It's at a high level when we can have low turnover games and turn the other team over and score on them. And we kept the playbook simple, put the ball in CJ's hands, Z's hands, continue to move and try to attack the paint and get kickouts. And the dominoes kind of fall from there. So the guys did a great job of executing.
One thing I've kind of noticed when you guys are in that zone, a lot of your guys are just spreading their arms out like wide. Just what are you accomplishing when guys are just spreading their arms like that?
It's the presentation that helps you, and we're blessed to have tremendous size across the board, and that length. When teams see that length in front of them, you cause more deflections, you get steals, you're active in your zone.
Really, Trey, go ahead. Sorry.
I know you were talking about Trey and those big shots in that third quarter. What does it say about your team taking that run that Jonas went where he had 20 in that third quarter, and just how your team was able to respond and not kind of fall when he's kind of cooking like he was in the third quarter?
It was a big time growth moment for us, is to stay steady, stay poised. We talked about it before the game. Continue to trust in each other, trust in the work that we put in. Go out and execute. They'll make a run, but we're all proud of our guys. They stuck with it, and it was great to get this win tonight.
And you talked about that finish at the end. When you have this 9 left, like this is the kind of games that you need to kind of learn how to win, and this is certainly one of those growing moments, correct? For sure.
These last several games of the season are all going to feel like this, and this is great. It's fun. We relish these opportunities. It's an opportunity to continue to grow, and the guys have done an amazing job of putting themselves in this position to play for more than the regular season.
Zion took that charge and that got overturned, but is that just an example of like how much this guy wants to win right now?
Absolutely. We all want it. Z, we want this for Z. He wants it, and it was a smart play. Try to take a charge. We know Jonas was going downhill on us. He has scored several points, but let's see if we can get a charge on him and make him more timid to go in there and just launch into us and go to the free throw line.
You guys had a mix of different coverages, but at the end there, I think Dame was trying to run a pick and roll, and Z was hedging. Like, back-to-back hedge. They weren't really able to create an advantage off of that. What went into the decision to okay, at this moment we're just going to hedge it or we're going to blitz that? Was that like trying to have an element of surprise there or something like that?
So late game situation against Oklahoma, Shai Gilgeous comes off to his left hand, very similar, right? Pick and roll. It's a little confusion with Larry and Herb. Still a good defensive play. He hits a big shot. But we wanted to err on the side of being aggressive, and that's the thought that went behind that.
Obviously, you remember the previous matchup, but how do you go from giving up 141 points to lessening that by such a wide margin down to 100? Do you see this team again?
We'll chalk that up to the good Lord, giving us an opportunity. We'll chalk that up to the good Lord blessing our team with continued growth and just trying to move in the right direction, trying to continue to execute on both ends. And we brought it. We brought some force and toughness tonight.